Man, I was not wrong when I said we're a few episodes away still, aren't we? I made it from there to there last episode. And that was 2 matches. We're gonna walk straight into another one? Stop beating the nice dwarf. You just want some booze and warmth. Standard battle. I haven't done one of those in a very long time. Blood in the snow. Suddenly, a piercing shriek came from above. Giving it no chance to react, a large creature swooped down from the sky and plucked up an unfortunate infantryman. His blood was splattered across the snow, leaving a crimson trail straight to the beast's nest. I was waiting for this chance, because ever since I revamped the deck, I've wanted to see what it looks like in a standard battle. I guess now's my chance. Yeah. There's some risky stuff going on here. Ooh. Bottomless pockets plus is pretty neat. There's no fire for you to use. Let's play the round out for now. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I don't have much of a plan on how to play out this kind of deck, so we'll see. That was a lot of attacks that happened immediately. Damn. Yeah, because of the egg situation. Yeah, right, you're the guy that's... You have resilience, so we need to work on you. Spawn a harpy egg on each side of this unit. After 4 turns and turn start, consume the lowest units in the battlefield. Oh. Usually harpy eggs, but maybe my guys is the problem. Let's start with drummers.
Left, right, left.
I want a few units on the battlefield just to make use of any potential trinkets I throw out there, because we'll see what happens there. Alright. Interesting. Immediately with this cavalry. Oh, an Odo.
Discipline shall bring us victory.
And then Knickers. So many units. So many units to play with. If only I'd drawn you first instead of last.
As you command.
Let's throw out that spike trap early on. Wow. If a harpy spawns in the back row, it will just die between the spike trap and my manticore trophy. We'll just spread more love. I'm just sitting here thinking like, yeah, I dare you to spawn in the back row. Go for it. There they go. Are you gonna pass? Because you're losing 12 to 49 on like the second turn. I would pass, I think, and hope for the best. Now he's committing. Ooh, what was that? The Archgriffin. That's a cool name. Move a random ally to this row and boost all units by 4. Ah. It's a griffin, just more griffin-y. The Archgriffin. I've never heard of one of those. Alright. Boost all units on it by 4. Yeah, he got some power that way. I just want to see what it does. Blizzard, what is it? Boost all copies of an ally by 5. Unique. It's just these guys. Neat card though. Didn't know that was a thing. Uh-oh. Damage the highest unit on the battlefield by up to 15 and boost the lowest unit by the amount. No. That was a bad draw. No. Wait. 11. Shit. Well, he has an armor. Does he lose then? Oh wait, I have 2 armor. Shit. Boost the lowest unit, which is going to be that guy. Oh. Okay. Well, the good news is it didn't pick my guy. The bad news is didn't really do anything, honestly. Net gain, net change of 0 damage. Was he so armored that he survived a 15 attack? He must have been, right? He's still not passing. Okay. Let's play more trinkets.
All right, that's no problem.
Hang on. I do have 2 trinkets in the deck, right? Shit. Right. I don't actually have trinkets to play, do I? It's just the spike trap. For Gaborb Plus to work, I need to actually have more trinkets to play. Otherwise, he's useless. Whoops. So the other one. Damage unit by 15. This guy needs to be stopped because he's going to get stronger every turn. Unless I just want to ignore him. I should just let him keep attacking somebody by 2 every turn. Because if I kill him, then we're going to suffer the consequences. Or this guy's going to try to consume, and he's also got resilience. Bye! Got that going for me. Alright. Do you give up yet? Owie! Do you give... Please give up. You're not giving up fast enough. Stop it. Okay, the horse is still there. Yep, there it goes. Knock out one of your teeth. All of you go back into the spike row. Thank you. Give up. Please. There it goes. There you go. That's how you pass. Alright, I'll keep my doggy. That was fun. I don't think I like that card. I don't think I like play random trinkets. That was a terrible one. I got a +10 and then nothing, basically. Alright, you'll let me burn through my deck more. You guys, slingers, I really want a fire guy. Can I have a fire guy? No, not you. Yay! Yay! Alright, 2 summons, extra summon. With an Odo it'd be even more, but we've already played Odo. Do I want to keep War Wagon? Probably. Yeah. I should probably let them start playing units first, at least, before I start trying to play the bomber. Just so I have someone to burn. Oh. Oh wait, I can wait. Which is a good change right now, because I don't really want to use your attack right now. Spread the love. Yay! So much damage. Alright. Yeah, let's probably continue with the extra drummer.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
You can't pass. So he has to commit to this round. He can't bait me out, so I can just commit to this round as much as I want and destroy him. Ooh, deal damage every turn. Sure. Let's start with this guy. And you can give us fire in the other row. Now I can use the strays on anyone I want to, which is not what they want me to do.
My pain serves a purpose.
It's a little tempting to use this guy on the slinger and just attack like crazy, but they'll melt and I'll run out of things to attack, basically. Well, this guy's a little disappointing. Hey, trinket.
I think you'll really like this one.
Ooh, 2 blitzes. Random bronze unit from each deck. I'm curious, but I have no idea what's in his deck. And a lot of his cards just aren't even that good for my purposes. They kind of are meant to synergize with each other. What are you gonna give me? Woohoo. Another one of these. Alright. Somebody would be attacking at all times. Wow. Alright, that's gonna be a lot of damage per turn going their way. Oh. I see.
Looking to dance, mate?
Bye. Hey, you're, you lose. you just you lose. That's it. Oh god. They can't even get things on the board. There's too much happening. I have 3 attackers at once at all times. What's that? You played an 8 power unit? What could happen with that? Oh no. Oh no. And I can still fit, what, like 3 more cards on the board? Man. This would be a very time-consuming game to play it with real cards where you had to calculate out all the damage constantly. Because there's a lot of damage happening constantly. Sure, let's see what blood brings me. It'll be exciting. More fire, healing I can't use, another cavalry. Oh no. The bomber's kind of pointless. Isabel probably doesn't have anything to heal. I don't know, let's see if the number calculates something. Goodbye, everybody.
Ow!
120. Okay, it does have a number.
Too late to walk away.
I wasn't totally sure because it said 0, but that was just wrong. It was lying. I'm about to gain 120. Oh god. Alright, we'll open by attacking you. There we go. Now you're weakened, so Northern Wind works on you. For double damage. Or triple damage, technically. Alright, so I have a... It should take... If it works exactly how I think it does, then it should take me, what? 228? Yes. Yes, it did. Okay. 228 to 4. What a fair match. Is he gonna melt to death? He has a lot more cards than I do. That's not really gonna change anything, but he just does. I'll acknowledge that. Poor guy couldn't summon his guys. Man, I already had power deck, but now I have murder deck, and murder deck is scary. So does Isabel not... I think the terrifying thing about Isabel is that I think the way it works is that she can boost your team by the amount of damage taken all game by either side. I don't think I took 120 damage over the course of that fight. They weren't really even attacking me that much, I think. I'm pretty sure that I was healing my units by the damage that I was dealing the enemy, which is devastating. That's like a double benefit for the amount of damage I was dealing, basically. She seems way too powerful. I feel like if she is in the real Gwent game, which I think they all are, I bet it works differently. I bet she's way weaker, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I imagine bosses as a concept in general and elite units would be kind of a game-breaking thing. Dear son, if you've opened the family tomb, it can only mean your father has passed and now rests in peace beside me. Please do not grieve, for this is the way of life. Always has been, always will be. You are the head of this family now. It won't be easy, It won't be an easy undertaking, but fret not. I set aside a sizable sum for this very day. You'll find it where we used to watch the sunset. May your future be long and bright. Your mum, Bavarka. An outcropping that hangs off to the left. Right there, I would say. You guys seem to be yelling about something down here?
Meve now witnessed a sorry sight. A mass funeral for miners killed due to a tragic convergence of events. Their lead caskets lay upon the snow, wreaths of hop cones laid upon them in turn. The mourners waited for the diggers to finish. The digging was tough, for the ground was frozen. As the crunch and thud of picks and shovels continued, the dead miner's foreman scrambled onto a boulder to make a speech. Angry shouts and loud booing stopped him.
You knew it! You knew they'd smelled vapors, but you ordered them to keep digging till it blew up in their faces!
Make the daily quota whatever the cost, eh?
You've blood on your mitts, whore son!
A mourner then picked up a chunk of frozen ground and threw it at the foreman. Blood spurted from the gash that appeared on his forehead. The first dirt chunk was followed by another, then by a rock, a brick. Meve realized that if she did not intervene, the foreman stood to be stoned to death. Something had to be done quickly. Meve saw this clearly. She spurred her mount and rode into the cemetery, pushing through the throng, then stopping before the foreman, the horse shielding him from further blows.
Calm yourselves! Silence! His guilt cannot be decided here. It must!
Before Meve could finish her plea, a large rock thrown from the crowd struck her bosom, nearly knocking her from her saddle. Upon seeing this, her Lyrian escort lowered spears and drew swords and rushed at the angry mourners.
Shino Kren!
Isbel cried out. Her hands began to radiate a fierce light that blinded both dwarves and Lyrians alike.
Have you lost your minds, all of you together? Not had your fill of misfortune yet? Lower your arms at once.
Whether the power of Isbel's magic or the force of her appeal had the greater effect is difficult to say for certain. Either way, both sides suddenly lost the desire to fight. Meve breathed a sigh of relief, aware that if not for Isbel's intervention, a great amount of blood would have been spilled at that cemetery.
Yeah, I was very thankful of her. I was like, oh no, like we need to stop the mob justice from happening here, because mob justice has almost never been doing the right thing over the course of this game, I think. But then it escalating to them attacking a queen, to queen's soldiers attacking the crowd. I'm like, oh fuck, this is how I end up massacring a people. But thankfully, Isbel was here to stop them, which I think she could have not been here, and then that would have been... That probably would have been a level that we play, but it would be a really depressing level to play, because we'd be fighting mourners.
Knew there'd be a stink cause of this. Knew there'd be a...
I think that's the end of that scenario. Man. There is definitely like a straight up benefit to just not fully exploring the map at times. Like, I could be wrong, but I think I could have just walked around that scenario that led to Rayla massacring a bunch of people and then her and me kicking her out of the party, for example. I could have just never engaged with that conundrum in the first place, and she would still be in the party. Or like in that case, like I just risked getting a whole bunch of people killed, and there was no upside. There wasn't even like a level in it. It was just Isbel saved us, and then we moved on. Like, let's try not to acknowledge this again.
The Lyrians ascended the highest section of the Mahakam range. Snow crunched under their boots, cold air stung their lungs, and the winds snapped at their cloaks. Meve wiped sweat from her brow and turned to Reynard.
There! By the rocks! We shall...
The rest of her words were drowned out by a powerful blast. The entire mountain rumbled with a low, vibrating roar. The sound grew louder, echoing off the rocks, splitting their ears. The Lyrians looked around, disoriented. Few heard Gabor's warning.
Dinna just stand there! Get behind a rock! Quick! Hurry!
Meve followed the dwarf's gaze and cried out in terror. The snow stuck to the mountainside had started to slide down the slope, sending up mists of icy dust. Before she could react, the white torrent knocked her to her knees, crushing her and smothering her into the ground. All she felt after that was all-encompassing cold and fear.
Was okay. They said roar, but that was a horn, I would say. Somebody intentionally created an avalanche as we were passing by to attack us. This is probably the trap that Nilfgaard set for us that we were supposed to be lured into. This is probably what it was. I'm partially wondering if that messenger that told us to hurry up might have not even been a real messenger, but might have been luring us into the trap himself.
Meve survived. The dwarves who ran to the Lyrians' rescue dug her out of the snow in time. Some of her soldiers were not so lucky. The queen looked at their bodies, blue, frozen. Next to them lay dead horses, demolished wagons. The losses were enormous. Meve wiped her cheek. Her tears burned her frozen skin. Gabor spoke a while with the leader of the Mahakam guard patrol that had come to their rescue. His face was dour.
What? What have you learned?
I tell you all in good time. First, you need a warm drink, good victuals.
No, Gabor. I need to find out what in blazes happened here.
Well, it was an avalanche.
Of course it was an avalanche. I'm no fool. But what caused it? What was that noise?
Signal horns. Ours.
So you brought this snow down on us? Dwarves!
Well, aye, but, unawares.
I'm extremely curious how one sounds a horn without being aware of it. That must be quite a sight.
Meve, let me explain.
I will. And the explanation better not sound like a clumsy excuse.
See, we clean our mount regularly. The way menfolk shovel snow off the roofs. Otherwise, the whole shebang would come tumbling down on our heads. When snow's gathered deep enough, we blast our horns to cause a controlled avalanche. Then we need to, sweep up a wee bit and the road's safe.
All well and good, but why did you decide to clean up right as I was passing through?
I'm wondering that myself. Schedule says next cleaning should have been a week from now, but someone asked the route to be cleared earlier.
Who?
Meve, I'll tell you. But first, promise you'll...
Who?
Hey. Owain ep Clenvok, the Nilfgaardian emissary. Must have found out you'd be going through.
The bastard. Reynard! Reynard!
Wait. I understand you're a wee bit upset, you've every right. But you'll never prove Owain meant you harm. The sly weasel will make sure he didn't dirty his own paws.
I've no such scruples. I'll find him and kill him.
And then? How'd you tell that tale to Brewer? Meve, you're justly torqued, but for the love, just this once, let it go. Or you'll leave Mahakam with nae a scrap to show for it.
Moments later, scouts reported Owain was camped to the north of the accident site. Meve had to decide how much she was willing to risk to get her revenge on the Imperial emissary.
Well, shit. It's the exact guy that I let through earlier, isn't it? Isn't he the one that I had a choice to attack or not earlier? And I've paid for that dearly. That wasn't just a moral choice. of like, well, man, are people gonna be bummed out we let that emissary by of the enemy army? Now he's attacking us. I kind of call bullshit a little bit on the situation, on the idea that you'll never be able to make your case that he attacked you. Like, what? He knew we were coming through and specifically moved up the schedule to have it happen exactly while we were happening. Like, he specifically timed it to attack us. It's pretty easy to come up with that fact due to, you know, how it happened, and also, you know, they are the enemy army. Like, he's the one who's violating the supposed neutrality. Like, he's the one who's definitely out of line here. It's very easy to confirm that, it seems. And so he can very easily make the case that we're doing this in self-defense, as he has already killed, what, like 50 of my men? We lost like a ton of people. Definitely wish I'd used my resources before I came here, because they're all gone now. Bye. All that wood. Son of a bitch.
By the elder sideburns, I'd no notion anyone was in the Vale. Nilfgaardian said the road was clear. The whoresons. What a mess. I'm so sorry. With all my heart. What a mess. I'm so sorry. With all my heart.
If you're so sorry, then come vouch for me on the fact that the Nilfgaardians lied to you intentionally to kill me. Like, here's our witness. We have a witness. Like, what the fuck? There are ways to get this. Nah, fuck these guys.
There, milady, whispered one of the scouts. Left of the path. Meve squinted. The Nilfgaardians had taken shelter from the falling snow under a rocky outcropping. The smell of roasting meat wafted from their campfire, and echoes of laughter could be heard. The black-clad soldiers had reason to celebrate. They had just decimated Meve's company without even drawing their weapons. Meve's gaze caught something else. A metal container into which the Nilfgaardians tossed bones once they'd been gnawed clean. It looked strangely familiar. Only after a moment did the Queen understand it was an overturned Lyrian helmet dug out of the snowy grave of one of her men.
The whoresons.
Meve hissed.
They'll pay for this.
Meve! Asking you last time, keep a cool head.
Whispered Gabor.
You want vengeance? I get it. But think of the cost. If so much as a hair gets plucked from Ovain's head, Bruver will never forgive you, and you can kiss any hope of aid goodbye.
Silence followed, finally to be broken by one of the scouts.
Milady, what's the order? Do we attack?
Await my signal.
The Queen stepped out from behind the rocks, put a hand to her mouth, and yelled,
Ovain! Ovain at Clenbog!
All laughter stopped in the Nilfgaardian camp. Moments later, a sumptuously dressed man stepped in front of the wagons. He wiped a thick sauce from his lips, then bowed with an exaggerated courtly flourish.
Queen, my condolences. That avalanche. Oh, what an unfortunate turn of events.
The mountains can be unpredictable.
Meve said with a shrug.
Accidents can happen at any time.
Oh, yes?
Even right now.
Meve leapt towards the emissary, placed two hands on his neck, and hurled him into a rock with all her might. The Nilfgaardian's head slammed against the stone, and his skull crumpled with a sickening crash. He fell to the ground and writhed a few final tremors.
Attack!
Meve roared.
Take no prisoners!
God damn. She is very angry. Emissaries don't survive often with us, do they? Oh boy. My hope is that the emissary was dumb enough to have documentation on him about his plan, which would then be usable as evidence of what happened. But there's a very real chance that I'm gonna pay. I might pay for this choice. Into, like, not even just on like a, oh no, this character doesn't like you kind of scale. The way it's framed, this could be a choice that changes the ending of the entire game, basically, because it could affect the entirety of whether or not we get Dwarven support, which could change what happens in the story entirely. But at the same time, I just can't. Because fuck them. An eye for an eye. The Nilfgaardians hurriedly fastened their breastplates, donned their helmets, and slid on their gauntlets. As they'd trusted in Elderhoog's guarantee, the sudden attack caught them unawares. Meve knew she would pay dearly for breaking the sacred dwarven principle of neutrality, yet vengeance on Owain ep Clenwog and his retinue was worth any price. Deplete your opponent's deck. Optional. Trial by fire. This is one of those moments where I almost wish there was a Telltale game style like percentage breakdown of how many people make each choice, because I'd like to see how many people. It'd be interesting to see how many people absolutely do this path. What is this? What? Oh my fucking god. Look at you being a badass. Meve, Avenger. Every turn on turn start, move next to a random Nilfgaardian and destroy it. Wow. Wow. She's just gonna go kill a Nilfgaardian every turn? I kind of love that idea, but it's kind of a problem for me because I normally like burn up everything over there. God, deplete your opponent's deck. How? They have 29. Death Wish, summon a random unit from your deck. I guess that would help. I could probably deplete their deck. I'm just worried that, like, what if I kill Meve? But it doesn't say that Meve dying makes me lose. I don't have access to my ability because she's over there. I think I'm just gonna have to behave like normal. Wait, what? I'm just stuck with whatever cards you gave me, I guess. I didn't miss. Did I accidentally skip the redraw phase? I've got fucking knickers in my hand. He sucks. I don't want him in my hand. That's bad. Do I have a fire guy? Not really. Guess I'll just start playing my attack guys. She's just gonna play whack-a-mole. No, you idiot.
Take no prisoners.
He immediately locked onto Meve, like just couldn't do it fast enough apparently. Thanks. There's gonna be so many copies of this card. All right, let's start our summoning, I guess. I can't use my loyalty ability, which is the only way that these guys actually deal damage because Meve's distracted, I would say. Oh, you can tell from the reduced frame rate that the enemy AI is calculating. Damn, they might get me before I can summon. Not fast enough, though.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Making a mess.
Again and again and again.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to deplete their armory, unfortunately, just because I didn't get a chance to draw any good cards. I don't have any traps. I don't have any fire. I have to hope the drummer draws the right guy. The best thing he could draw right now would probably be Xavier. Well, the best thing would be to draw Fire Guy, because he's also Blitz, and then Xavier in one turn. And then I could draw two more guys the next turn with him. Wow. A lot of shots bouncing around. Hey, fire. It's not Xavier, but it's Odo. It's not as strong, but it's something.
Company, forward march!
Means I can do a few things. Like this. And this. Oh. 8 damage. Let's not let you shoot. There we go. Strays of Spala. That's pretty good.
I'll relieve you of that pouch.
Sorry, Meve, but that needed to happen. Ooh, that deck depletion started happening. Yeah, discard all copies of this unit. Yeah, that's a thing. Let's throw even more of them in the back row. There we go. They're running out of cards a bit. Nope. Ain't letting that happen. Alright, well, Meve, you're out of other people. Oh no, everyone's gonna attack Meve because there's nobody left on the board. 2 random trinkets, why not? Ooh. Okay. Boost everyone by 4. Damage unit by 10. If it survived, then boosted by 25. Whoa! Meve. Paching. She's gonna be fine, folks.
Of course, as you wish, master.
Well, not fine, but, you know. If I can play 2 of you. Oh god. Well, I can't attack, so neither of these. This guy's worth a bunch, and she's a healer. I'm not really worried about my number, though. I'm worried about damaging them, so I should probably go with the Pitfall Trap and Isabel. So now both rows are damaging, at least.
I'd hoped we could solve this some other way.
I wonder if Isabel's gonna get mad at me for attacking. It's clearly self-defense, though. We lost so many people. Like, obviously. They don't even have units. They don't even have units. Like, there's just nothing on the board. Meve just kills them every turn. It's amazing. Oh. I mean, I don't want to damage Meve. So pass.
Notice! All roads lead to Nilfgaard.
She's so angry.
It must triumph.
She just keeps running around killing them. Oh my god. Oh man.
We should not have done this.
Isabella, are you gonna turn on me because of this? Really? I'm gonna be really disappointed if this is like the thing.
Meve showed no mercy for the Nilfgaardians in Ove Nepklenvog's camp. All would share their leader's fate. And the dwarves? As predicted, they were outraged by Meve's open attack on the Nilfgaardian emissary. Bruva Hoog suddenly called for a council of the clan elders. They debated what to do with the Lyrians for a long time. From what I've heard, only strong support from the Zigrins kept the Queen from receiving a harsh punishment.
Only the support of the Zigrins. What is the outcome of this going to be? Did I lose? Is there no update at camp? Okay. She didn't like it, but she didn't leave. That's what I was thinking might happen. But apparently not. You know, fuck them. Warning from Clan Council. Having met in quorum according to the Codex's dictates, the Council has resolved to remind you, Queen, that you are here as our guest. We've seen what you're up to, and we don't like it. The Council thus hereby issues you an official reprimand for breaking our laws and customs. Continuing to do so will result in grave consequences, up to and including death by barrel roll. From the Clown Council of Mahakam. Nilfgaardian document. Mahakam's neutrality must be respected, naturally. Yet I doubt not you shall find a way to trip Meve up without breaking our friend's laws. Traversing mountain passes is rife with danger, after all. Therefore, one need but stick a thumb on the scales of the fortune, or rather, misfortune. Long live the Emperor. Look, it's a bloody document that explains their plan to use your own people to murder my people. Which happened, and definitely happened. I swear to God, if this game does not even acknowledge that that is evidence, I'm going to be mad. Like, there's literally evidence for what they did right there. I can see it. Like, what the fuck? Frustrating that they met in they're meeting in a council and having a quorum and stuff like that when, like, I don't get to, like, physically. Let's buy this. There's enough powerful trinkets that I should probably have that. It's frustrating to me that they're meeting up in a council and, like, I know what they did and I have evidence for what they did. I can show you what they did. Look. Look at the thing they did. Let's see. Where's the beer? Mahakam Ale. That one's really good. Damage all enemies by 3. Yeah, Lyrian Horn is so strong. Like, Lyrian Horn plus Northern Wind is terrifying. And this just heals my people constantly. On 1 per each row. And this plays 2 more units. It's strong stuff. I'm exactly at cap. Woohoo. What does it take to have another spike trap? Ah, it's 12. And it's expensive to build. Trinkets. Ah. Play 2 trinkets from your deck. I wasn't thinking about this correctly. You're not a trinket, right? Machine. It's a different... Trinkets are the fire. These guys are the chalice, and these guys are also a chalice? So they count as being like a trophy, kind of? I don't know. So he can play 2 of these guys from the deck. Which, of course, the issue is that, what should I make of Gabor? Because, yeah, I was thinking he could draw 2 spike traps, which would be great, because then I could just cover the enemy team with spikes. But that's not how you work. You only draw trinkets. So I've been thinking about this all wrong the whole time. The thing with trinkets is that they're always in your hand at the beginning of the game. So I have to, the idea instead is that if I draw Gabor in my main hand, then what I do is I can throw away 2 of the trinkets and put them in my deck, letting me draw more cool cards, because when I play Gabor, he will draw those 2 cards from my deck and use them, so I don't have to have them in my hand at the beginning of the match. That's the idea, I believe. Otherwise, I want to attack with him every time, because without trinkets in my deck, he's useless for the other card, and it'll just be a misplay. Yeah. I think that's how the terminology works here. The trap does not count. I think. Alright. Let's face consequences. I gotta be getting pretty close to that bridge, right? You don't say.